James Cameron's Titanic, 1997, isn't just a film, it's an experience. A breathtaking blend of history, romance, and tragedy, the film captured the hearts of millions worldwide and became one of the most successful movies ever made. Starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet in career-defining roles, Titanic is a testament to the power of storytelling, immersing viewers in the ill-fated voyage of the legendary ship. With groundbreaking visual effects, meticulous historical detail, and a love story for the ages, Titanic remains one of the most beloved films in cinematic history. But is Titanic truly a masterpiece, or does it falter under the weight of its own ambition? Let's dive deep into the film's narrative, historical accuracy, performances, visual effects, and cultural impact to determine whether it deserves its legendary status. The heart of Titanic is the passionate and forbidden romance between Jack Dawson, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Rose DeWitt Bukater, Kate Winslet. Coming from vastly different social backgrounds, their love defies societal norms and expectations. Jack, a free-spirited artist with nothing but a lucky poker hand to his name, and Rose, a young woman suffocated by aristocratic obligations and a controlling fiancé, Caledon Hockley, Billy Zane, form a bond that transcends class barriers. Cameron masterfully develops their relationship, balancing the grandeur of the Titanic with intimate moments of deep connection between the protagonists. Their love blossoms against the backdrop of luxury and privilege, but it is tested when disaster strikes. The chemistry between DiCaprio and Winslet is electric, making Jack and Rose's story one of the most memorable in film history. The themes of love, sacrifice, and societal constraints play a crucial role in the emotional weight of the film. Rose's journey from a constrained aristocrat to a free-spirited survivor is deeply moving, and her transformation is one of the most compelling aspects of the narrative. One of Titanic's greatest strengths lies in its harrowing portrayal of the ship's final hours. Cameron spares no expense in recreating the sheer terror and chaos as the iceberg tears through the Titanic's hull. The seamless blend of practical effects and CGI still holds up today, making the disaster feel as real and terrifying as it must have been in 1912. From the moment of impact to the ship's eventual break and descent into the Atlantic, every detail is meticulously crafted. The water flooding into the grand staircase, passengers desperately searching for lifeboats, and the haunting image of the ship tilting vertically before breaking apart all contribute to an emotionally devastating experience. The sound design plays a crucial role in this sequence, from the groaning metal to the panicked screams of passengers. The sinking is not just a spectacle, but a moment of deep human loss, as hundreds of people meet their fate in the freezing waters. The film's ability to balance awe-inspiring visuals with genuine emotional depth is one of the key reasons why it continues to resonate with audiences. James Cameron is known for his obsession with detail, and Titanic is no exception. The ship's interiors were meticulously recreated to match historical photographs, and real-life figures such as Captain Edward Smith and the unsinkable Molly Brown, Kathy Bates, add authenticity to the story. However, some elements were dramatized for cinematic effect. The love story between Jack and Rose is entirely fictional, created to provide an emotional anchor for audiences. Similarly, the portrayal of the ship's final moments, particularly the dramatic break before sinking, was speculative at the time of release, though later confirmed by scientific investigations. While Titanic is not a documentary, it remains one of the most historically immersive films ever made. The balance between historical accuracy and emotional storytelling is one of the film's greatest achievements. James Horner's sweeping score plays an instrumental role in shaping the emotional impact of Titanic. The film's music doesn't just accompany the story, it enhances every moment, drawing audiences deeper into the film's emotional core. Horner's use of leitmotifs, particularly the recurring themes associated with love, loss, and tragedy, creates a deeply immersive experience that lingers in the minds of viewers long after the credits roll. Perhaps the most iconic element of the film's soundtrack is My Heart Will Go On, performed by Celine Dion. Initially, James Cameron was hesitant to include a pop ballad in the film, preferring a purely orchestral score. However, Horner and Dion recorded the song in secret and later presented it to Cameron, who was moved by its emotional depth. The song went on to become one of the best-selling singles of all time, cementing its place as an anthem of love and loss. Beyond the title track, Horner's orchestral compositions add layers of depth to Titanic. Pieces like Southampton evoke the grandeur of the ship's departure, while Hard to Starboard intensifies the chaos of the iceberg collision. The chilling death of Titanic underscores the haunting tragedy of the ship's final moments. Horner's masterful use of choir elements and melancholic strings creates an atmosphere of sorrow and reverence, honoring the real-life victims of the disaster. The film's score is not just an accompaniment but a character in itself, guiding audiences through an emotional journey of hope, despair, and ultimately, remembrance. Few film scores have achieved such a profound and lasting cultural impact. The cinematography of Titanic is nothing short of breathtaking, seamlessly blending grandeur with intimacy to craft a visually compelling narrative. Director of photography Russell Carpenter worked closely with James Cameron to create a film that feels both epic and personal. Every shot is meticulously framed, ensuring that viewers feel fully immersed in the world of 1912. From the opening underwater exploration of the Titanic's wreckage to the majestic departure of the ship from Southampton, the cinematography captures both the historical scale and emotional depth of the story. The use of sweeping wide shots establishes the Titanic as a marvel of human engineering, while close-up shots of Jack and Rose emphasize their budding romance amidst the looming disaster. The film employs a dynamic visual style, utilizing tracking shots, smooth pans, and dramatic angles to highlight key moments. The elegant first-class dining room, the opulent grand staircase, and the stark contrast of the lower decks are all brought to life with rich detail and lighting that accentuates the divide between social classes. One of the most stunning sequences is the ship's sinking. As water floods the corridors and passengers scramble for survival, the cinematography intensifies the tension, placing audiences in the midst of the chaos. The vertical tilt of the ship, captured with sweeping crane shots, adds a terrifying realism to the disaster. The use of CGI and practical effects creates a seamless blend of historical recreation and cinematic spectacle. Overall, Titanic set a new benchmark for visual storytelling, proving that cinematography is just as crucial as narrative in evoking emotion and engagement. Few films have had the enduring cultural impact of Titanic. Upon its release in 1997, the film shattered box office records, becoming the highest-grossing movie of all time at that point. Its success was unprecedented, earning 11 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director for James Cameron. Beyond its financial success, Titanic influenced modern filmmaking in significant ways. Its groundbreaking use of CGI and practical effects set new industry standards, particularly for historical epics and disaster films. The film's ability to balance romance, history, and spectacle has inspired countless directors attempting to replicate its formula. The film's legacy extends to its impact on popular culture. My Heart Will Go On became a global phenomenon, instantly recognizable to audiences worldwide. The I'm the King of the World and You Jump, I Jump scenes remain some of the most quoted moments in cinematic history. Moreover, Titanic remains relevant due to its emotional depth. Unlike many blockbusters, its appeal isn't just in its visuals but in its storytelling. It continues to captivate new generations, proving that great cinema transcends time. More than 2 decades later, Titanic still stands as a landmark achievement, forever embedded in the history of film. The heart of the ocean, the stunning blue diamond necklace featured in Titanic, plays a significant symbolic role in the film. Though entirely fictional, it serves as a metaphor for love, loss, and the passage of time. Worn by Rose during her night with Jack, the necklace becomes a representation of their romance, wealth, and the fleeting nature of happiness. After Jack's death, Rose keeps the necklace hidden for decades, refusing to sell it despite her financial struggles. In the film's final moments, elderly Rose drops the heart of the ocean into the sea, returning it to the depths where Jack was lost. This act is deeply symbolic, a gesture of closure, love, and respect for the past. The mystery surrounding the necklace captivated audiences, sparking endless speculation. Many fans have debated whether Rose should have revealed its existence earlier or used it to improve her financial situation. However, the emotional significance of the necklace outweighed its material value. For Rose, it was never about money. It was about preserving the memory of a love that transcended time. While The Heart of the Ocean is fictional, it was inspired by real-life gems, such as the Hope Diamond. Its legacy extends beyond the film, with replicas and imitations becoming popular jewelry items. Ultimately, the necklace remains one of the most enduring symbols of Titanic, representing not just material beauty but the depth of human emotion. Rose's character arc in Titanic is one of the most poignant portrayals of survivor's guilt in cinema. While the film is framed as a love story, it is ultimately a tale of survival and transformation. From the moment she is rescued from the icy waters of the Atlantic, Rose carries the weight of immense loss, knowing that she alone survived while thousands perished, including Jack. Throughout the film, Rose struggles with the constraints of her privileged life, feeling trapped by societal expectations and her engagement to Cal Hockley. Jack represents freedom, adventure, and the ability to carve her own path. His death, while tragic, serves as a catalyst for her transformation. Instead of succumbing to despair, Rose honors Jack's memory by fulfilling the promise she made to him, to live a full and meaningful life. Survivor's guilt manifests in different ways throughout the film. Young Rose chooses to abandon her old identity, taking Jack's last name as a symbol of her rebirth. In her old age, she reminisces about her adventures, revealing that she lived a life of excitement and independence, just as Jack would have wanted. Her decision to cast the heart of the ocean into the sea signifies not only her farewell to Jack, but also her final release from the past. By letting go of the necklace, she fully embraces the life she has built. Rose's journey is a powerful testament to resilience, demonstrating how love and loss shape us but do not define us. One of the most hotly debated topics in film history is whether Jack could have fit on the floating door with Rose. Fans have argued for years that there was enough space for both, but Cameron has defended his decision, stating that Jack's death was necessary for the story's emotional weight. The argument isn't just about physical space, it's about buoyancy. The wooden panel could only support one person without submerging. While Mythbusters famously tested this theory and suggested that Jack could have survived if he and Rose had positioned themselves differently, Cameron dismissed this conclusion as missing the point of the film's narrative. Jack's sacrifice is what makes the ending so powerful. If he had survived, the film would have lost much of its emotional impact. His death cements Titanic as a tragic love story, ensuring that its themes of sacrifice and loss remain unforgettable. With a well-earned score of 86%, Titanic stands as one of the greatest cinematic achievements of all time. James Cameron's attention to detail, masterful storytelling, and technical innovations created a film that remains emotionally powerful decades after its release. The film's blend of history, romance, and spectacle ensures its place in cinematic history. While some may criticize its length or melodramatic elements, the film's ability to immerse audiences in the Titanic's tragic voyage and deliver one of the most iconic love stories in film history is undeniable. From its unforgettable performances to its breathtaking visuals, Titanic continues to resonate with new generations of moviegoers. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth movie discussions. What are your thoughts on Titanic? Let us know in the comments.